BassResinator here. I have this mold out again. I'm gonna try and do another bloom, but this time I'm gonna be using Artline Honey. I had one little batch of this left, so I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna use Julie Cut's bloom paste for the white. I'm going to use Let's Resin orange alcohol ink, and I really like the color of this red Brie Reese alcohol ink. So those are the colors. Now I've already mixed up the resin, and I've already put it through the vacuum chamber, and it's nice and clear. So now I'm just waiting for it to warm up a bit. So we'll come back to you shortly. Okay, this resin is it's at 93 degrees right now. I moved this mat up. This is probably going to be one of the last times I use it because it's warped in the middle and I can't do flat molds like this very well without it distorting. So can't let that ruin my stuff now. So this mold is laying flat. Put 3 drops in there of this paste. Okay, it's about the color of skim milk. That'll be good for me. Now, one more chance to see what the temperature is. It's 95, 95. Okay, so we are climbing steadily. There's a big bubble right there. Big bubble right there. Bubble there. Bubble there. Bubble there. Every one of these lobes has a bubble in it. That's interesting. Good thing is they're coming up. That is so wild. Every single one of them. Every one. Okay, now I want to do a web effect as well as a bloom. So let me go around the edge. that's going to start pulling in. So let me get my colors. I want orange out here on the edges. Oh, I don't have that one popped open yet. This is going to be fun. You poke down in there, and if you don't have something over the top, you're going to get a face full of it, of alcohol ink. And that's not what you want. And then red in the middle. My granddaughter, when I was showing a turtle that I had made, I said, yeah, right here in the middle, and I was talking about the pattern, and she's sitting there watching with me, and she goes, right there in the middle. So cute, so cute. Oy. Okay, now let me get these pull in here from these points. And take it out here. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I still have a little bit of resin left over, white and clear. I don't know if I'm going to have enough for one of these others, but we'll try. Okay, let me get another Kleenex. There's a little black thing right there. Got it. Bubble, bubble, toil, trouble. Okay, I'll just leave them going and you can watch and we'll see what it looks like while I clean up around here. Well, it's the morning. These definitely bloomed. In that little area that was doing something weird that I don't know what was happening, cleared up. Man, it looks like peppermint candy stick right there. This one does too. Okay, let's go with the smaller one first. Just a touch bendy. at this stage I could actually make this into a little bowl. I'm not gonna do it, but I could. Oh man, look at that. A little bit of white fell through, but wow. Wonder why that fell through right in those spots. Oh, and there's a little spot there too. Hope that didn't happen on this one. And we definitely have some lacing. It's very full, but we do have a little bit of web effect or lace effect going on. Oh, this one's bendy too. Come on, get off of there. These indentations on this make it, if it's bendy, it really it grabs a hold. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, flatten out there. Okay, we didn't get those little spots like this one has. But we do have some of that lacing effect going on. And beautiful blooming action. Wow. You know, both sides actually are really pretty. But you don't see the bloom happening so much on this side. What you do on that one? Coolness. Well, now, do I do a top coat? They're still sticky enough, I don't think I would have to scratch them. Okay, top coat it is. Get these molds out the way. Oh, now that they're like this, I need to pull this back so I cover this table. I don't want to. Okay, you crazy thing, get that way. Okay, let me mix up a little bit of tabletop resin here. Okay, now I just mixed this up. I did not put it in the vacuum chamber or anything, so it's full of bubbles. But that's okay because it's going to be a very thin layer, and I'll be able to use my torch on it. Go right up to the edge. Now I said this is still sticky. It's not sticky, it's bendy. But it I didn't think I needed to scratch the top because since it's still bendy, it's still curing. So adding this onto the top will get into that curing process that's going on underneath and create a really good seal. Need a little bit more on here. first person I saw doing a top coat was the lady on Tea and Art. She does top coats all the time. And her pieces look wonderful when she's done. And I'll take pictures of these after this cures up. Thank you, channel members. I just had a giveaway for my members, and I had the option of it being either a custom-made coaster or a Splat Frog mold. I made this mold, and it was affectionately called the Splat Frog, and I can't remember exactly who called it that, but it sounds like something Lula would say, so we'll blame it on Lula. But anyway, Diane McCaskill won the draw, and she wanted a Splat Frog mold, so I sent that to her, and she just got it. So I have to see what she does with hers. Now, the cool thing with a bloom or web effect or lace effect, when you put a top coat on, it really adds depth, even though the depth is about 1/8 of an inch. I'll pull it over here. Trying to pull it over here a little bit because it's acting like it's sticking up right there. Well, without trying to make too big of a mess, let's see if I can slide it. It's not wanting to release from this at this point. Come on now. Slide this way. Come on, slide some oil to me. Let it trickle down my spine. Let it lubricate my mind. I'll go back over that with the torch in just a bit. Okay, now to this one. And this one has definite lobes. So I actually went out onto the end of the lobe, whereas this one was easy to spread out. This one needs to have a little bit different type of pouring of this top coat. Instead of just going everything from the middle, take it out to the edge of the, or take it out into each lobe and then just go from there. Now, what's the difference between a top coat and a flood coat? Well, a flood coat is when you actually want it to run over the sides. Like, let's say you're doing a table or a large flower preservation or something, and you've sanded it down, and you got sanded on the sides as well as the top, and so you want that resin to just go all over, not just the top, but flood over the sides too. At least to me, that's the difference between flood coat and top coat. a lot of people who make their living making river tables do flood coats. This is a little time consuming, a little tedious, but when you're done, the results are totally worth it. Now you have to watch and make sure you don't have any of these things called fish eyes, which are little dips where the resin is not, there's not enough resin on the surface. And if you leave it that way, it'll cure that way, and that's not what you want. So you have to watch for them. And then if there is a fisheye developing, just add a drop more of resin. If you didn't make enough resin, well, you're out of luck. SOL, sorry, out of luck. I'm going to need to add a little bit more here. And also over here, because there's a fisheye developing. Yeah, if I had a different camera angle or another camera, it would be kind of cool to take you down so you could see the surface. So you can see a fisheye. If I start getting another one, I will take the camera off the mount and bring it down so you can see it before I fix it. But this is acting like there's plenty on this lobe. I thought there was one going to be developing right there. Nope. How about this one over here? Nope, it's fine. Mixed up just a little too much. Now you have to make sure you get all the way to the edge, because as the resin cures, it's going to pull in from the outside towards the middle. And if you don't get all the way to the edge, it'll leave a ledge, noticeable ledge around the edge. And sometimes that's okay, but if you're doing this for a business, you know, you're going to sell them or something, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that they are nice. I don't know if you saw that, but it started catching on. I got too close to it and it started catching fire. Okay, I'll come back when these are cured. Actually, I won't come back. I'll just tell you now. I'm going to take pictures of these out in the sun. And so you'll see it that way. If you are a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much. That's what I was trying to get. Stayed too long in that area. If you are not a subscriber, it's very easy to do. Just click the subscribe button down at the bottom of the screen and follow the prompts, and that's it. It's no money involved or anything. It's free. Cool. If you do check the subscribe button, also check the little icon of the bell, and that'll notify you anytime I do something new. Yeah. yeah, this is, I should say, this is part of a collaboration called Coasting Through the Week and doing anything with coasters. Now, this is a smaller coaster. This is a larger one. They can be used as coasters. They can be used as bowls. They can be used as paperweights, something you're going to prop on your mantle or on a bookshelf or whatever, something where you can display it as a pretty thing. So it's up to you, but this collaboration is all about coasters or something coaster related. Oh, I'm getting a fisheye. I'm going to bring you down. So I will, I'll bring you down and see this fisheye developing right there. It's just a little dip. But yeah, Mary at Resin Me Up, Tammy at Epoxy Me That, and Marva at Marvelous Artsy are the ones that started this collaboration. And so, yeah, they have a lot of fun doing things with coasters, using them in other types of projects, or just making coasters. So it's coasting through the week. So check the playlist in the description on the video down below, and give them a look-see as well. Okay, I'm going to bring you down and show you this fisheye that's developing. And I think it's because a little piece of lint hit right on the middle of it. But you'll see it. And I'll also point out, I'm going to need to put a little bit more resin right here on the edge where I missed, and it's already pulling in. So you'll see that. Okay, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to show you this little bit. And then stick around for the closing glamour shots. Okay. Right there. This is the little, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like a little, there, you can see a little dip. Right there, it's pulling away from the edge. Right in the center of the screen.